Again, I'm a voyeur, so I love it. I'll watch it.
It was definitely.
Sideshows that would come in and stuff. Do you still do those?
Yeah.
Like this?
Oh, and the butterflies, before you get on, you're waiting in line.
Certified freak, 7 days a week.
Yo, what up, shoppers? Gelsomino here with Marilu. Marilu had to step away for a moment, and we'll be back shortly. Good Monday evening to you, Merce Sausage and Bubbles, who we have not seen in a minute. Actually, we haven't seen most of you guys in a minute. It's been about 2 weeks since Marilu and I were on together. So while we're waiting for people to kind of slide in, so to speak, what's up, Keith? Bean? I was thinking about something. I'd run to the kitchen to get a soda, and I saw a can of whipped cream in the fridge. And it got me to wonder, and any one of you can answer this just simply by saying yes or no if you've done this before. But I wonder how many of you, or which ones of you, actually have taken whipped cream can, turned it upside down, and squirted the whipped cream into your mouth like it's a cow udder teat. What's up, Bill Shar? Widgets.
Hello, everyone. I have definitely put whipped cream in my mouth, but not with
Directly
a
from the
vision
can?
or thought of it being a teat.
No, I didn't say. I said like it is one. I'm not saying that you're thinking that it's one. I'm saying it's the action of squirting the whipped cream into your mouth.
Again, never have I thought of it being anything other than.
All right, so that's a yes from Bubbles. Bubbles has officially owned up to squirting whipped cream into her mouth. And I do have a follow-up question to that after we had decided who's done that. My answer is yes. So I would highly recommend, wash the nozzle if you do get whipped cream from.
Oh, wait a minute. So that means that the same whipped cream can that I'm using, you've been putting in places?
So let me be clearer on how I do it specifically. No. And I do this. Okay, Merce Sausage is absolutely yes. He has done this. So I avoid putting my lips around it. I do it more like what you imagine or what I've seen, like soda commercials where somebody's taking a soda and they're like pouring it from 18 inches away into their mouth. Like I'm doing that with the whipped cream.
Okay.
So I don't put my actual lips on it.
Okay.
Is that the same thing?
I mean, it's not the same thing. I don't know.
Well, how do you do it, Marilu?
I don't.
Oh, you're saying you have never squirted whipped cream into your mouth?
No. And when people have tried to, I'm like totally like, what are you doing? Like, ooh.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's just like drinking milk out of the jug and putting it back in the fridge.
No, that's not the same thing. Nope, that's not the same thing.
Okay, well, either way.
I agree with you on drinking milk out of the jug. I have absolutely done it, but no, I've absolutely done it. Never mind.
See? And I'm like, yeah, no. But either way. That's just me.
So out of the 9 people watching, we have 3 people if you include me, that have fessed up to sucking whipped cream out of the whipped cream can.
Okay.
Light on the sucking, obviously. We're not talking about actual sucking.
Okay.
Anyway, I was just trying to kill time. Yes, I'm with you on that, Bubbles. Bubbles says if they bought it and they're the one using it, then hell yeah,
They're
they
doing
are
it.
totally doing that.
I get that. I get
Marilu, do
that.
you want to try that later?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to try that later?
No. It's just not my thing. It's just not a, I maybe in some aspects of my life, I have had a sheltered life. Uh,
Yeah, it's
it's just, I equate thinking about doing that to um what was considered to be proper etiquette, and my mom being like, when we go to other people's houses, you don't just immediately go to whatever food they have sitting out and eat. You wait till you are invited to eat, or like there's just certain things you don't double dip, you don't. It's just
Can we talk about double dipping?
that, and I guess that's part of my sheltered life.
I, okay, you're saying sheltered, and what I hear is you were just taught a different set of rules or etiquette when it came to like food and company and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah,
yeah, I
just
mean, I get it.
you know, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, no, if my mother had seen me doing that with the whipped cream, she would have shoved that whipped cream can up my ass. Actually, then that explains some
I'll
things.
be
Maybe
quick
she
to
did.
mention that one to her the next time we are over for dinner. Do you know what your son does?
But but I would be willing to bet my mother has actually done it herself.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
I can so totally see her be like, I can't believe my son is doing that. And then 10 seconds later be like, well, we used to do that as kids, yeah.
Hmm.
Or I still do that now. Or I've been, whatever. But yeah. It's like, okay.
Well, so that sort of make me equally curious about,
Mm-hmm.
as we're talking about cream, how many swallow spitters and swallowers are there out there, or non-catchers at all?
I'm a non-catcher at all.
You're a non-catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm a swallower.
I know.
Marilu's like, I know.
It's a perfect yin and yang relationship.
Is it?
I don't have to deal with it. I just throw it over to you.
Yeah, but what about mine?
Um, um, that's a different discussion. Yeah. I would still give it to you. Back to you.
Hmm.
Oh,
Interesting.
what?
I have a theory that I'm going to share as it relates to that.
Okay.
And I shared this at dinner, Hedonism, this past week. And I think you were standing there for this conversation, but you may not have been. Um, Bubble says it depends on the cream flavor, but they are mostly a swallower. I have questions. The flavor?
Well, okay. I would think you would know this. There are different flavors and different textures that come along depending on the person's intake of protein and
You
certain
think
things.
that I'm swallowing everybody and anybody that comes my way? No, no pun intended. Or maybe I don't know.
No, I'm not saying that.
What I'm saying to you is, I have not. I have. Okay. I have a partner that I have been seeing pretty regularly for 7+ years.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much that person, for the most part, that entire time as a swallower. So I don't have a lot of different tastes, I guess, so to speak, when it comes to that. Like, again, no pun intended. So I don't know. Like, I've not been involved in like a bukkake where I'm swallowing each one and be like, oh, that one had, Tabasco sauce yesterday, and oh, that one had pineapples, and oh, that one must have diabetes. Like, it's really sweet. He must be diabetic.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so I had questions. Depends on the flavor.
The cream flavor.
Yeah, the cream flavor. Yeah.
Well, like now you go to Market District and it's like you have coconut flavored, chocolate flavored, pumpkin spice flavored,
Well, now you're talking about coffee.
vanilla flavor, huh?
Now we're talking about coffee creamer.
No, we're just talking about whipped cream.
Oh, they have white
Amaretto flavored.
What?
Yes, chocolate flavored.
You mean I've been missing out on that in my coffee in the morning for
You have
the
been.
basic Costco whipped cream?
They even have strawberry flavor.
Char, if you don't mind sharing, would you mind sharing what that means, phobia? Because I'm not sure what we're talking about a phobia of. Are we talking about a phobia of whipped cream? Are we talking about a phobia of swallowing? Are we talking about a phobia of
Getting it in your eye?
questions, please, if you don't mind sharing.
It's just a thing,
Now, I have heard, so what I'm thinking Char might have meant, I have heard this used where, because there are swimmers, that they don't want them in their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, possibly. There's a lot of things.
That said,
Yes.
I think that, so this, again, going back to this conversation at Hedo at dinner, oh, okay. So Char said that they don't like cream or cream texture. So like that weird creaminess. So does that mean ice cream also? And custard?
Flan.
Pudding, flan, yeah, all of that, yeah. And now I'm just morbidly curious. Like,
I used to have a coworker who, whenever I would bring flan into work, she literally was like, I can't eat it. It's the texture. But she would still scoop some out and just like literally like sit there like whiff it. I'd be like, okay.
So I've decided when Jason doesn't start at the beginning of the live stream,
Uh-huh.
he literally busts in like the Kool-Aid man. What's up, Jason? Bill says not to worry, no swimmers there. So is that considered like orange juice without the pulp?
Anything white and creamy.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I get it. So
And
no
white
mayo.
too.
Oof. I don't know if we could be friends.
Excuse me.
No mayo. So that means no alien. What is it? What is the fancy word for mayonnaise?
Oleo? Alio?
Yeah.
Now you got me.
Know. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
All I can think of is aglio for pasta with oil and garlic.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay.
Anyway, so dinner, Hedo.
Yes.
I believe that the absolute best place to deposit said cream is in the mouth via swallowing. It's literally no muss, no fuss, no cleanup. Like, literally, it's a done deal. Any other place ends up being cleanup for somebody.
Aioli.
Thank you, Bubbles. Aioli. I had areola in my head, and I knew it definitely wasn't areola.
Okay.
Maybe that areola for my sandwich.
Oh my God. Okay.
Anyway, you okay?
Yes. I just drank my soda a little too fast, got a little bubbly, and then I just started sneezing.
Jason wants to know if I read his comments. No, actually, Jason, the only thing that I saw when you busted in was you busting in saying, "Hey, Kool-Aid." So, anyway,
Yes.
swallowing.
Yes.
I think that's the absolute best, most kindest, efficient way for sex to happen.
A little extra pressure. Just...
So is he saying a little extra pressure just makes it easier for it to handle?
Opening up the back of the throat.
Oh, well, yes, it's true. All right, so now I got to read Jason's comments. All right, so I've got questions for Jason's comments.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's a typo. He's not actually stocking shelves.
Well, as in stocking the beer, coolers.
And it's a job at the bar right next door to where he lives. I think that's absolute great news. Congratulations.
You don't have to go too far. You can walk home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's perfect.
So it's kind of interesting. Marilu and I caught a little shit for not being on live for last Monday, Saturday. New members came in on Saturday for member appreciation, and we were just in a conversation about something, and then she like stopped and says, "And you guys weren't live last Monday." So we were at Hedonism in Jamaica last Monday, so we took the night off.
Yes. Well, it wasn't like necessarily that we took the night off. We were working,
Yes.
but just the internet is not that dependable.
Not great for live streaming.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yes, we were in Jamaica.
Yes, Bubbles. We were.
Yeah, so Marilu and I spent the week in Jamaica. We left Friday the 3rd and came back Friday the 10th. And it's actually, would be our 4th time there, 3rd time in a working capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for bye week. So a good friend of ours, Ricky, who he has been on the live stream before, you've heard him DJ here at the club for when we did the By the Way party through Cassidy.com, and then we did the Buyout Pittsburgh. He's been here numerous times to DJ. Anyway, he also puts together via tomstrips.com the bye week, which is a complete and has been so far the only promotion to do a complete Hedo takeover, right, where 100% of the guest rooms are a part of the group. And this is now the 4th year for this. Our 3rd time doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and April was just a partial originally.
That's true, yes.
To try out and see if they could do a sellout twice a year. And so far, it's looking like, yeah, we have another one.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's going to be April, and October. That's complete buyouts. Hmm.
So aside from it being primarily a work trip, because I think by and large we did a lot of work there. And what I mean by that is helping out with the playrooms, but also really um, getting the opportunities to talk with other people in our industry that do some of what we do here at the shop. Other club owners, promoters, DJ Rock and Ronnie was there all week, so we really got, and Mark Mays, entertainer.
Hmm.
So we get to spend time with other people in the industry, along with getting to meet some really cool guests, people
Hmm.
from all around the world, really. And I'm wondering for you, Mary Lou, for this trip, because we've talked about our trips previously.
Hmm.
What is the one thing that really sticks out for you as a like, wow, that was really incredible moment for you at Hedo, if you had any?
Um, I think for me, it's two things. Now that we've been there numerous times, and people know us as the ones that run the playrooms and the Safer Play Spaces program,
Mm-hmm.
having people walk up to us and be like, "Oh my God, you guys are back here again this year! It's so great to see you," and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and kind of filling us in on what they've been doing for the past year,
Mm-hmm.
that's always, that for me is always a great takeaway, because inevitably someone will bring up, like, I remember when you guys did this panel last year, when we talked about this stuff, and thanks for the conversation, and thanks for being available to mentor in
Mm-hmm.
a way, you know um so that's always uh, one of, like, the highlights for me, um, is seeing everybody, and also, and secondly is, yeah, participating in some of the panels and the educational classes that are there, um, and giving our input is, for me, is, it's always a lot of fun, it's memorable, and it's another way to get to meet people, because even though we might be running the playrooms and stuff, we are working. So it's kind of like they're in, they're out, they're like, hey, how are you, blah blah, blah, but we're not connecting,
Mm-hmm.
and it's when we're doing those panels or classes that we actually get to have a little bit more one-on-one discussions with people, and seeing where they were 6 months ago or a year ago to where they are now, and how they're expressing the fact that they love that there is such an event, and that they've made so many friends, and there's a certain sense of camaraderie, and when you see tears coming to their eyes because they're like so finally feeling so free in their authenticity.
There's that word.
That word, yes.
Mary Lou's second favorite word.
Yeah. But in being themselves and being true to themselves, those are the moments that I really appreciate.
Hmm. Was there any one specific moment in those things that you were talking about? Like somebody said something specific to you that really caught you, like, wow, that's like a story that they shared or an experience?
Um, not anything specific right now that I feel I could talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, there definitely were some, like, wow moments. You know.
I would agree.
Hmm.
Hmm.
How about you?
How about me?
Yeah.
What's your question?
Same question. Were there any specific moments or things that came to mind or come to mind right now,
Mm-hmm.
that were impactful,
There were.
not just for yourself, but the other individuals involved?
Oh, I mean, yeah, in that context, tons of them. They're there are a couple that jump to mind specifically as it relates to what you were talking about. The first one that actually came to mind was, I think it was Thursday, late morning. You and I were on the beach together, and it was really the first time first time that you and I had taken the opportunity to go down and do that together.
Mhm.
And I just remember sitting there. You were in the water, kind of playing around. I don't know if you were chasing crabs or what you were doing.
Yeah, I
Um,
was. I was chasing the little crabs in the water.
and I was just sitting there, and it was a perfect temperature because I'm in the shade,
Hmm.
so I don't turn into a crispy cream. Um, and just thinking, does it get any better than this? It was just so peaceful, beautiful, being able to watch you, have a wonderful time. Like, I just, that was the first thing that came to mind for me,
Oh, oh,
selfishly.
oh.
So,
Yeah, that was the first time we got to actually uh, enjoy the scenery
yeah.
together. Yeah, because that and again, it is a work trip for us.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be pulled in one direction talking to some people. I might be in another direction, dealing with the resort housekeeping and stuff to make sure the rooms are set up and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, that it was, oddly enough, Thursday was we had been there an entire week, and we were leaving Friday morning, and it was
Mm-hmm.
Thursday that we actually got to spend time together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Again, work trip. We were, Tom's trips and bye week slash dual desires,
Hmm.
paid for us to be there.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure that we were honoring that commitment to them
Hmm.
by being available to the members there if and when needed.
Yeah.
And there are times, and have been many times, not many, but a few times where
Hmm.
we're not actually on shift, and we get called to handle other situations. So,
Hmm.
or at least be involved in some way, shape, or form.
Right. Right.
So, so we're kind of always on, so to speak.
Hmm. Yep.
So Thursday is kind of like, all right, we can take a little breather.
Hmm.
At least that's how it felt for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that was so impactful for me, was
Hmm.
finally having that opportunity to decompress.
Hmm. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like rinse and repeat. Get up, go have coffee, breakfast in the morning. Say hi to everybody in the in the main banquet hall. Go back to our rooms. Get ready for the first set of classes and or the first play sessions.
Yep.
Go back to the dining hall. Have lunch. Uh, go back to to our room. Get a nap.
Have dinner, get ready for work.
Get ready for work again. Yeah. Yeah, rinse and repeat. But
Every damn night.
yeah, but you know what? Not only does Tom Trips and By Events Dual Desires do a great job hosting the resort. They are on point for everything as well, and so it makes it not so much work, like in the sense of like when I think of work and in being here on our
Hmm.
own property, um,
Being responsible for more.
responsible for everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Though
Yeah.
I have to say, I kind of was like, wow, it's my fourth event or my third event working, and I'm like, housekeeping's got my phone number. I was like, what? Who's calling me? What? A decision needs to be made. Wait a minute. I'm the last one on the totem pole here. What do you mean you're calling me? I was like, what? I have to make a decision about an event? But yeah, I was like, hey, this is cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, we got asked to come back in April and October for next year already and to make that commitment. So, gotta look at the dates and see what's going on.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I did have a really interesting conversation, and I think that for some of you, maybe many of you, this will resonate with you. So I think it was the second or third night, and it was late. He was one of this gentleman was one of the last people who were leaving, and um, actually a very nice looking gentleman, nice body, like probably in his early 40s, maybe late 30s, probably early 40s, somewhere in there. But just definitely, you can tell he's taking care of himself, and just a genuinely nice looking guy. And I don't know that I'd ordinarily say that out loud unless somebody really was like,
Mm-hmm.
for a gentleman. And he started to share with me, or he did share with me, not started to, shared with me how being there, and specifically that evening with those particular people, was a transformative experience for him. And I asked him to elaborate, and what he meant was, and he said this to me, he goes, I suffer from body image issues. I don't look in the mirror and see what other people say they see in me. And so tonight was really validating for me to be in that group of people and doing those things. And he says, I really needed that. And I say that simply because I think all of us, to some degree,
Mm-hmm.
have that in some form or fashion, whether it's some sort of physical thing about ourselves that we don't like. Maybe it's a mannerism that we do. Maybe it's the way we laugh. Maybe it's, like snorting. I can't tell you how many times I've heard somebody like, oh my God, I can't believe I snorted. Like, I snort. And I think that's the sign of that's really fucking funny. So, but, or am I going to say something stupid or silly, or are they going to make fun of me secretly? And so I really wanted to share that story with you because this came from somebody who I think most people would find to be an attractive person.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, if you suffer from those things,
Mm-hmm.
know that we all do. And being at a place like Hedo really helped with me with that, with my own body image issues. Because at the end of the day, we're all in our own heads about it. And
Mm-hmm.
which means we ain't looking at anybody else's shit and giving two squats about it.
Yeah.
And that's the real reality, is nobody cares
Mm-hmm.
but you. So, so yeah, that was like one of those moments that really struck me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. It's always interesting to get somebody else's perspective. And I think for me, being a woman, and sometimes women are held to higher standards on looks and your appearance and how you carry yourself, that we don't acknowledge that is equally the same for everybody. Men, women, everybody has some type of you know um, body image issues,
mm-hmm.
you know and I think for the most part it's sad that we do, because we're more or less letting everyone else in society and media dictate who we should be or how we should look. So it's it takes a lot to acknowledge that. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Char. That's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
um, it's interesting because I was going to share. I'll share with you how I see myself naked in the mirror, and I feel like I look like a hairy potato.
Okay.
You know, just kind of lumpy and potato shaped, hairy potato. But as I was getting ready to say that, um, when I hear people say things like, I'm afraid that somebody's going to look at me and think that my hair is stupid or that my butt is too big or insert negative comment we have about ourselves,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I simply ask the question, if you were to see somebody else that looked like you or had the same thing as you, would you go up to them and say to their face that thing about that thing? Or would you even think that thing about them? And I have never, ever had a single person answer and respond, well, yes, of course I would say something like that to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so the sad reality is why would you say that to yourself or
Right.
say that about yourself? And I say that as guilty as charged of doing that. So it does help sort of reframe that sometimes when I remember that.
Yeah.
Um, but I do get those reminders every time I hear somebody say something negative about themselves, like, "Oh, my butt's too big," or
Yeah.
my toes are weird," or whatever the thing is
Mm-hmm.
that they're. Um, so hopefully that helps somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, um, hairy potato. Look at Mr. Potato Head.
Mm-hmm.
I am a hairy Mr. Potato Head. No?
No,
Hmm.
that's not what I see.
I know. I know you don't. And I would never call somebody a hairy Mr. Potato Head.
Oh,
So anyway,
well, everyone, the baby is still here,
yes.
being a baby and crawling.
Yeah, Buster has already earned a nickname for me, and it's Buster Brown.
Yeah.
Mr. Buster Brown, get your butt over here.
Oh yeah.
But yes. So this is week 3 with Buster.
This is week 3. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
um, definitely getting acclimated to the space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Buddy, on the other hand, is still pretty much the jury's out on Buster.
Yeah. The HR department's being a little judgy.
They're not happy with the new hire.
They are not.
They feel like this one is pushing some of the boundary and consent uh, issues here.
Well, she crossed the consent boundary first.
Is that so?
Yes, she ate from his food bowl first.
Oh. I think as the matriarch of the place, she gets to decide which bowl she eats from.
Well, different styles of food, but either way,
Mm-hmm.
he let her the first time. And then when he tried to eat from her bowl, he got smacked. So now, and hissed at. So now every time she goes towards his and he's around and sees it, he hisses back. Like tit for tat. He's learning. She's teaching him how to treat her.
Mm-hmm.
But this has been like his bedtime.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it.
Yeah, this is when he like curls up in a ball on top of me and closes his eyes to be put to bed. So he literally just crawled up my chair to get up to me. So sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So that he could sleep. So I put him in the bed. But anywho, we had a very long week. It was beautiful. we had rain just about every day, but there was one day where it was a monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
We had those like afternoon 3 o'clock little spritzers, but one day it was woo intense.
So would you, based on your experience at Hedo, number one,
Mhm.
would you go back again, both to work and or as a guest?
I would,
Yeah.
yeah,
Would you go back as a guest?
I would, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think just like any vacation, it's what you make of it. You know, if you have these really high expectations of things and they don't come to fruition, that's on you. You know, uh, as in what efforts you made as well. And it's just like when it comes to Hito, it's like coming to the club. You know, if you're that person who goes and stakes out your beach chair and you pull it away from everyone else, that's at the pool, then you kind of set your own experience. You
Yeah. I mean, you're also making an assumption that they're disappointed with the experience.
know?
They may be pulling that chair away because they rather enjoy it from afar, because maybe their social battery is dead
Hmm.
or malfunctioning.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's
you know,
so many different things to it, so
yeah,
it really is just what you make it.
yeah. I mean,
You
and
know.
that's true of any experience, and that's true here at the shop. Um,
Mhm.
I think for some, potentially, there are these expectations that things are going to just unfold for them. But the truth of the matter is that you do have to make your own good time.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the space. I heard this. I think it was today. I heard this today, and it said, "Treat each thing you do like it is the last time you will ever do it."
Hmm.
And so, and I just heard that today. And so I
Hmm.
think for people who come to the club, um, attend with that in mind.
Yeah.
It could be the last time. Sitting and moping in the corner, which we have seen, people do,
Hmm.
hoping somebody just walks up to them and then complain that, the place was clicky or, and I've heard that about every single club I've ever heard about. It's always the new person saying that the club is clicky. No, people just, if you sit off in a corner, people assume you want to be off by yourself.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
anyway, so yeah, when you attend the club, attend like it's the last time you'll ever be there.
Yeah.
For those that misbehave, sometimes it is. Can we talk about misbehavior for a moment?
We can. Sure.
Not my misbehavior. I just meant misbehavior in general.
Okay.
Um, so I just want to do a policy reminder about the club, only because it seems like recently some people are maybe taking advantage of things a little too much. And, the club does have a very strict policy about THC products, and that includes vapes. It's important to understand that vaping THC products at the club is strictly forbidden. It is not legal, it is illegal to consume THC products other than in the privacy of your own home. That is in the law for the state of Pennsylvania. So please respect that and respect the space, and that the club has not consented to you doing it. And just because you do it on the sly or think that are getting away with it, um, there are consequences to that. And sometimes it's people do it too much or they share, and somebody who's never done it before has a bad reaction to it, which has happened.
Hmm.
So we're just asking for you to respect the space and the fact that um, it's just not permitted because it's illegal. So consider this your warning. Excuse me, your reminder.
A reminder, yes. Along with the signs.
Yes.
Yes.
Heed the warnings.
Mm-hmm.
Heed the warning signs.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we want people to have a great time at the club.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, consuming alcohol, we understand that people sometimes need one or two or a little bit to loosen up. It's usually mostly just mental, and that drink or two, helps. The, medicating before you get to the club a little bit helps. Reduce anxiety, whatever. I get it. We're talking about people who do it at the club and do it too much.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, don't make me rile up the Puerto Rican pit bull, because I will.
I love how you referenced me as a Puerto Rican pit bull to everyone at Hedo.
You seem upset about that.
No, I was kind of like, I didn't tell you this, but there was literally one night when we were in the playrooms, G is inside the playrooms. I manage the exterior of the playrooms and gauge people's ability to enter the play space.
Yeah.
So if they seem to be a little intoxicated, I just let them know that, tonight is not the night for them, and they probably would be better off back in their actual room at the resort and, sleep it off a little. And I actually had someone, they must have been in the first day, the panel or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they walked up and they're like, oh, so he wasn't kidding you. Like, you're like the bouncer, like you're the security person. And I'm like, it didn't register to me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not, I don't understand, and then he goes, you're the pit bull. You're the and then I just sat there in the chair like, how do they know that? How did they? And then I was like, oh, duh. G referenced it during the panel the first day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay. So I guess everyone does know me as that at Hedo as well. You got to get through Marilu to get to the playroom.
You got to pass the sniff test with Mary Lou,
Yes.
so to speak. Are you freshly showered before you go into play?
No, I just, to me, afterwards, I would just kind of sat there and laughed, and I was like, oh, G and the Puerto Rican pit bull thing. Okay. It's following me, even in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah, they are definitely more afraid of Mary Lou than they are of me. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. They see you as the teddy bear.
That they do. Most of the time.
Yes.
Most of the time. So,
well, we made it back on Friday just in time to kind of do a quick run through the club for emo night.
mm-hmm.
And of course, then for Saturday, which was our member appreciation night.
It was.
Yes.
I wanted to look to see how many. First of all, we had over 200 people at the event.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back. I want to see something really quick. Yeah, so member appreciation. We used to do it quarterly, and we didn't do it for a long time. And then I think 2 years ago, we started back up annually, anally. And then this year we've done it semi-annually or semi-anally. And so I'm really giving some consideration to going back to quarterly like we used to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was trying to see how many memberships we actually ended up giving away. It won't show me. Anyway, we gave away a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the way member appreciation works is if you have had a membership, previous membership to the club, or have a current membership, if you attended the event, we would automatically extend your membership by 3 months. So we used to do it a lot every quarter, so that you could, in theory, keep your membership going in perpetuity, or at least for as long as we kept doing member appreciation nights.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good way for people who really do attend the club a lot, can enjoy it more,
Mm-hmm.
and save a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so it was a great event. Bubble says they were sad that they were not able to go. They had to work all weekend, so they weren't mentally and physically themselves.
Okay.
I totally get it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I played Dungeon Monitor on Saturday night. I don't think I made many friends. I think I was annoying people.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, it's tough because the way the dungeon is set up, it is in the main room of the club,
Mm-hmm.
albeit it is, does have its own, separate, segregated space. It's still built into the overall structure of the club, and so many people kind of treat it as a part of being a voyeur, which I totally get, which is why we do have some seating in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
But that has to be done respectfully, and respecting the fact that that is still a space where people are engaging in exploring desires and fantasies, and it doesn't involve listening to you laugh or tell jokes while people are playing.
Yeah.
And so I kept having to shoo people away from the play areas, number one, so that I could see them as the monitor. But number two, to make sure that they're not getting in the way of potentially getting struck by an implement, or talking too loudly and interrupting the scene and taking those people out of their good time.
Right. Well,
So,
and I think a lot of people don't realize that for some people, playing a scene out in public, to the degree that they may be on a cross or one of the benches, whatever or however it may be, they're in a very vulnerable state,
mhm,
and they need to have all their faculties about them. So, like you said, um, if I'm blindfolded and I'm on the cross and I have no idea who's around me outside of my actual partner at that moment in time, and I hear someone laughing, I would get in my head and be like, are they laughing at me? Are they laughing at what's happening?
mhm,
Are they trying to humiliate me or demean me? It totally takes you out of the scene.
right,
And I think a lot of people don't understand that, that I'm not being vulnerable and up on that cross to be on display for them.
right.
you know so
Yeah, so we try to balance the sort of the voyeuristic aspect of that. And for some, we do have a private dungeon room where people
mhm,
who do want that privacy can go into and still have that similar experience. Um, so, yes, there is obviously zero expectation of privacy in the dungeon. It's just a matter of being respectful of the space and understanding that people are scening and they're in scenes and they're in their own fantasy world, and your cackles or you know loud conversations can and most likely are a distraction.
mhm.
So speaking of distractions, can I talk briefly about the sort of big distraction we had briefly at the club on Saturday night?
Sure.
So occasionally things do happen at the club, and medical emergencies do present themselves. And, this weekend the club had, what we initially thought was a medical emergency. It turns out was somebody who just got a little overheated, which happens in the group room sometimes, which is where this thing happened. And so, as a part of the club's protocol, when a staff member arrives on scene, and usually it's a manager or somebody who gets on scene, gets there first, it's to clear out the space, and that is to give that member, that person, some privacy, and so that if something terrible does happen, or whether it's they get sick or they're anything, we need people out of the space. And so it's important to understand that when those things happen, and we move people out of those spaces, it's not a time to rubberneck. Because if that were you in that circumstance, you would want us to treat you with that same sort of respect. And so that's a long way for me to say, what happens at the shop stays at the shop, but that also includes while you're there, keeping from, oh, did you see what happened? Or did you go check out to see what's happening? That's a real person that's happening too. So we'll just ask that you respect that and keep your thoughts to yourself and not spread the rumors. Because that's also how rumors do get spread. That'll turn into, I'll hear from 6 months from now that somebody died at the shop. When it was somebody who just got a little too hot. So my only other disappointing thing is that Marilu did not get the number of the person who was participating on the other end of that.
Inside joke, ladies and gentlemen.
I wanted to do a personal follow-up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just kidding. So, yes, it's certainly, yes, and they are okay. Thanks for asking that. Yes, and that's just the thing. Like, most of the time, things like that are not much. A little bit too much to drink, maybe. Maybe they ate something not so great at the restaurant earlier and their stomach's upset. I mean, things happen. And knock on wood, EMS, when we have had actual medical emergencies, are there literally within several minutes, if not 2 or 3 minutes. And so, but our staff are trained on how to handle some of these things. The club does have an AED, and our staff are certified in using that. So, in fact, we're getting ours re-upped. So yeah, please be respectful of other members and keep their business out of your mouth. Don't be a nebby. Anyway. Anything else you wanted to touch on before we move on to this coming weekend, Marilu?
Halloween is sold out.
Halloween is sold out.
Just a reminder, there is no wait list for Halloween. If any cancellations come in, the tickets will be put back into the ticketing. First come, first serve. So, just kind of, if you weren't one of the lucky ones that got a ticket, just keep checking and refreshing the screen every once in a while. To see for when cancellations come through.
Yeah, and we're 2 weeks out, and that's likely to happen. Usually we do some ticket dumps the day before. From this point forward, we'll probably do small little dumps, or we'll just throw them in as they come in. But as we get closer to the date, we get more of those that come in. We'll do them in batches. So, and we'll make an announcement on the newsfeed when we do that for Halloween. The good news is Glowgasm and New Year's Eve are both on sale right now.
Yeah.
So you can go to the website and Wow, why is Team Viewer popping up on my screen right now? Like literally. No, I
Okay.
don't want to get started.
No, don't do
I
that.
touched nothing. Anyway, Glowgasm and New Year's Eve are both on sale right now.
Mhm.
As it stands, DJ Rock and Ronnie is booked for Glowgasm in November, the last one. Um, we are TBD for New Year's Eve at this point. So,
Mhm.
but those tickets are on sale and available.
Yes.
Uh, both both events right now. These are the best priced tickets you're going to get.
Right.
So buy them early so that you get the best possible price. Mary Lou, this weekend.
Yes. This weekend.
This weekend's a little different, folks.
And
In fact, the whole rest of the month's a little different. We have only one event this weekend, and it is on Friday night.
mm-hmm.
And that is our third Friday of the month, Freaky Friday. For those of you who aren't familiar, it is for those who identify as kinky.
Yes.
And if you're into things that sort of fall outside of the norm, maybe it resembles a little paddling on the booty or nipple clamp, or I'm getting a private message from Mary Lou. No Central this week or this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Lou, good point. Yeah, Central will not be at the club this week. They were here last month, and so. But anyway, yes. So for those of you who are going to be there,
Yes.
Freaky Friday is for those that want to get a little bit of their freak on. Was it Missy Elliott saying that?
Yeah.
Get your freak on.
Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Right.
We will be closed for Saturday. We are closed for a private event. I think we can say Woodland Meats is doing an event here at the club this Saturday. The Saturday before Halloween is notoriously slow, so we decided to give them the opportunity to have their Halloween party. So that is this Saturday. We will be closed next Friday, Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
and then we segue right into November. But I will tell you that I think November's event list is a banger.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So, and I think we're going to be making some interesting announcements here in the next maybe 24, 48 hours. We'll be putting it on, getting the website updated.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to burp like that.
Mm.
Anything else, Mary Lou, you wanted to add to this? I know you've got some stuff coming up in November.
I have 2 tickets left for the couples massage class on November 16th.
Dos? Solo?
Dos. Solo. Dos.
Solo dos or dos solo?
Solo dos.
Solo dos. Solo dos, mi amigos.
Mm-hmm. And we, of course, have our freaky flea market. This will be the last one for this year on November 2nd, which is perfect timing if you want to start doing some early Christmas shopping.
I would agree with that.
You know?
It's a very kinky Christmas.
Yes. Need to get a new collar, new chains, a couple other little knickknacks. We will have, I know this was a big sellout. It will be, but it won't be back till the new year. Bill and Shar there. But no, the last Freaky Flea Market, we actually had a furniture purveyor, and everyone went nuts for his Hitachi chairs. And I'm just gonna say it. This time around in November, the Hitachi chairs will be back, but also the new stock chair and queening chair.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Hmm.
So they will have 2 new products to showcase in November. So those of you that didn't get a Hitachi chair then, as I understand it, they're bringing a 16-foot or 24-foot trailer. full of X-frames and chairs and, all the good stuff.
We're going to have to get the list together. We'll have to start kind of throwing out there each week who the vendors are.
Yes, I have that list and everything all ready to go.
I'm wondering if Char's still on, if they'll give a rating, 10 out of a 10 rating.
10 out of 10.
What would they rate the new Charlie the Chair, Charlie Jr.?
Yeah.
Scale
How's
1 to
Charlie Jr. doing?
10. So yeah, I'm curious if Char is willing to give a rating. So.
But yeah, they were here on Saturday night and stopped me, and they were like so excited to tell me about the new products that they had, and they're supposed to send me some pictures this week so that I can put on the news feed for people to see.
Mm-hmm.
So really excited about that. And some of our regular vendors will be back, and we do have some new ones too. So really excited about that.
Cool.
So those are my 2 events for this year, for the remainder of the year, I should say.
Sounds good. So an official endorsement from Char and Charlie the Chair is an awesome 10 out of perfect 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, So what are the dates of those? I'm sorry, I think I missed that.
November 2nd is the Flea.
Okay.
And November 16th, dos boletos, 2 tickets left for the couples massage class.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Yes.
And they can find tickets for the massage class at marilunew.com. I think we also have a link on bodyshopclubs.com as well.
That is correct.
So they can find those both there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You good?
I think I'm good. I'm ready to wrap this up.
Okay.
For those of you who are watching for the first time and are considering joining the club, know that we are private members on the club, and we do require an application. If you visit bodyshopclubs.com, click the Apply Now button. It takes about 7 to 12 minutes to actually go through the application process. Mm-hmm. That assumes that you watch the consent video. That is a requirement. We also still do age verification, although we are looking at automation for that, maybe coming soon. But because so many states are now requiring age verification for access to anything adult related,
yes,
we require that also. So provided you do those things, we'll review that application, and if it seems like the club is a good fit for you, we will go ahead and approve that application. And if not, we'll politely decline and offer you some alternatives, maybe some things that would align better with you. So we want to make sure that the money you spend here at the club is well worth it, and that what we have to offer is that does align with you. So anything you want to add to that, Marilu, for our members?
No, I think we are all set for the night.
Okay. I did want to mention one other thing. There was a member on Saturday night who was commenting to me how wonderful it was that you offer a free 20-minute session for club members to ask questions about the lifestyle, or maybe the club in general, or maybe a little coaching on how to navigate a specific situation. So
yes,
I just wanted to let you know that people do appreciate that.
Yes.
So, all right, well, good deal. I'm going to click my button around here and hit the outro button. I appreciate you guys hanging in for an hour and almost 10 minutes here for Monday's live stream, and thanks for being so patient for us being off last week. I hope it was worth you watching tonight. Thank you to those who are here every single week.
Yes.
Like the Merce Sausage and Jason, whether he pops in like the Kool-Aid Man or not. Bubbles and Char. It was really nice to see everybody tonight. Keith, thank you, folks. I hope you have a wonderful week. If we don't see you on Friday night, hopefully we see you next Monday here at 8:05 Eastern Standard Time next Monday. All right. Have a good night, folks.
Good night.
days a week. That wet ass pussy good. My pull-out getting weak. Ooh, yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Swimming in it, baby. I'ma bring a bucket and a mop, darling. Give you everything I got. I'm falling. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Pussy. Beat it up, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put your pussy in my face. Swipe my nose like a credit card. I'm on top, you wanna ride. Do a giggle while listen to spit in your mouth, girl, while you're looking in my eyes. Your pussy is wet, I'ma take a dive. I'ma tie you up like you're a prize. Let's go play our way disguise. I'ma park my Mack truck and you can ride. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Swimming in it, baby. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Pussy. Gobble me, swallow me, drip it down inside of me. I gotta jump out before it gets inside of you. Tell me where to put it, but don't tell what you about to do. Talk your shit, baby, bite your lip, girl. Ask for a car while you riding that dick. Oh, I'm on top, you wanna ride. Do a giggle while it's inside. Spit in your mouth, girl, while you're looking in my eyes. Your pussy is wet, I'ma take a dive. I'ma tie you up like you're a prize. Let's